Today, we are jumping right into the future of B2B sales, all through the eyes of Bill Schmarzo, who's often called the Dean of Big Data. We're going to break down how AI isn't just another tool, but something that's about to totally re-engineer how sales teams work with their customers. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Okay, so right off the bat, we have to tackle the one question that is, on every single sales professional's mind right now when they hear anything about AI.
Is this technology a threat? Is it coming for your job? Or is it a tool that's going to amplify what you do and basically turn you into a superhuman? A lot of people see it as a replacement for sure. But the real game-changing opportunity here is using AI to amplify your skills way beyond what you thought was possible.
So, to even answer that question, threat or tool, we first have to kind of pull back the curtain and really understand how an AI thinks, right? How does it make its decisions? What is actually going on under the hood?
Well, it all boils down to this thing called the AI utility function. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but just think of it as the AI's rulebook. It's really just an engine that's built to do one thing and one thing only: find the absolute best way to reach a goal by constantly weighing the odds of different outcomes. You know, a really great way to picture this is the kids' game Hotter, Colder. But imagine the prize you're looking for is always moving around. The AI is constantly getting that feedback. You're getting hotter, you're getting colder, and it's always adjusting its next move to get closer to that moving target. Let's make this even simpler. Think about a decision you make all the time: choosing a restaurant for dinner. Just for a second, what are all the different factors that you're juggling in your head? You're probably thinking about, the type of food, the price, the vibe, how far it is, what the Yelp reviews are saying. I mean, the list just goes on, right? There are literally dozens of factors, and your brain just processes all of that almost instantly. Well, an AI does the exact same thing, just with tons and tons of data. And this right here is the most important part. The restaurant you end up choosing depends entirely on your intent. If all you want is a quick, cheap meal, you're going to focus on things like price and speed. But if you want a fine dining experience, you're optimizing for totally different things like ambiance and the chef's reputation. The factors are all there, but the goal, your intent, changes everything. And that is the absolute key to understanding AI. It will relentlessly, single-mindedly do whatever you train it to do. The goals and the metrics you give it, that's the steering wheel. Your intent is everything. So once you get that, it leads us to this huge strategic choice, this fork in the road that really every single business is facing right now. On one path, you've got cost reduction. This is where you use AI to automate tasks, to cut down on labor, and just standardize everything. It's all about efficiency, and yeah, it'll get you some short-term wins. But then there's the other path, value creation. This is about using AI to amplify your people's expertise, to hyper-personalize every decision, and to build a real, sustainable, long-term advantage. And we are at that exact inflection point. Look, cutting costs is always tempting, but the real, lasting victory comes from choosing to amplify your people. That's how you build something that your competitors just can't copy. Okay, so let's say we make that choice. We're going to amplify our teams. What does that journey to sales mastery actually look like? What's the path a sales pro takes from being a total beginner to a master of their craft? Well, it pretty much breaks down into 3 big stages. You start at competence. You're the rookie, you're learning the ropes. Then you move up to proficiency. You're an all-star now. You can adapt, you can really drive outcomes. And finally, you reach elevation. This is the Hall of Fame level where you're so good, you actually make everyone around you better. And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. A rookie, they're following a script, they're finding the obvious pain points. But a Hall of Famer? Oh man, they're anticipating strategic problems before the customer even knows they have them. They're not just talking to one person, they are orchestrating the entire complex buying committee. That is the level of mastery that we're talking about. Okay, so we've got this clear path to mastery. The next logical question has to be, how can AI be like a booster rocket to get everyone on the team there faster and better? What if we could just throw out that old playbook of, assigning sales territories by zip code? What if instead we could use AI to create the absolute perfect match between a salesperson's unique superpowers and a customer's specific needs and buying style? And this is the massive idea. It's called the AI in the middle model. Picture this. On one side, you have a super deep understanding of your salesperson.
On the other, a deep understanding of your customer. And the AI sits right in the middle, learning from every single phone call, every email, every win, every loss, to become the ultimate matchmaker, coach, and strategist.
The first part of this whole engine is the sales rep EPM, which stands for Entity Propensity Model. This is a profile that goes so far beyond a LinkedIn page. Instead of just listing their past jobs, it actually quantifies what a salesperson is truly amazing at. Are they a master of discovery? Are they incredible at getting all the stakeholders to agree? It tracks all of that.
And then the other half of the engine is the customer EPM. This model is all about figuring out a customer's readiness to buy. It looks at how urgent their problem is and how complicated their company is. Are you selling to just one decision maker, or is it a 12-person committee where everyone has to sign off? This tells you not just what they need, but how you need to sell to them.
And here is where the magic happens. The AI is always learning. With every single interaction, it gets smarter about which types of reps are most successful with which types of customers. This creates this incredible feedback loop that puts your salespeople in situations where their natural talents can just absolutely shine. And that really is the core idea here. The goal isn't to replace the salesperson, not at all. It's to build an intelligent partner that learns right alongside them, amplifying their expertise, their creativity, and, at the end of the day, their success. So, the ultimate takeaway is this. AI is not just another gadget for your toolkit. It is a fundamental shift in strategy. It's not just going to change what you sell, it is going to change how you win. So the only real question left is, are you ready?